Okay, here we want to find the domain of the composite function f composite g of x using interval notation when f of x is equal to 8x squared plus 5 and g of x is equal to square root of x. So let's write out the definition. So we have f composite g of x. And so we know that the definition is f of g of x. And so g of x is going to be the input. So we're going to replace g of x to be the square root of x. And now we're going to plug in square root of x into the function f. So this is 8 times the square root of x squared plus 5. And so now, before we square, we need to find the domain of this function. The domain tells us that we have the square root of x. And so what that tells us is that x must be greater than or equal to 0. So when we look at that on the number line, we have 0, and if it's greater than or equal to, we know we have a bracket going towards positive infinity. So therefore, this becomes 0 to infinity. So the domain goes from 0 to infinity. And now, just for our own, if we wanted to simplify this further, then it would become 8x plus 5. But again, we need to find the domain before we simplify that, and therefore we get the bracket 0, infinity.